All right, welcome to the Duke Louisville film breakdown of the ACC championship. What a win for Duke! Down 5 at half, ended up winning the game. Big time win. Guys stepped up. Proctor hit 6 threes. Talk about all of that. A lot of stuff's been coming out on the channel. NCAA tournament previews. Check those out. Big J, Little J show. A lot of stuff happening early this week. So film breakdown is coming out now. I know it's later. Duke won Sunday. It's going to be, what is this? It's Tuesday night as I'm recording this, but I'll be going to the March Madness house tomorrow, Wednesday through Monday, watching all these games, and then going to try and do the film breakdown for Duke for the first round game, and then the second round matchup, whoever Duke plays. So a lot of stuff happening, a lot of content happening, but I am also the editor to this content while having two jobs. So, it takes a little bit of time right now with trying to get this channel to continue to grow. So I appreciate y'all's patience. We'll get into the film breakdown. An impressive win, third win in 3 days, and we'll get right into it.
Place last night. Proctor can't hit it, but the slam down by.
Short and sweet to the start. Colin Malawach has played so well in this tournament. I was very impressed with him all 3 games and 3 straight days. For a guy that averages like 21 minutes a game, I was a little worried that fatigue would set in with him. He proved me wrong and started the game out like this.
All over the place last night. Proctor can't hit it, but the slam down by.
I like that Scotty Pippen analogy.
Scotty used to do that to all the young guys. Proctor, one of the veterans, getting it done on this last possession. On the lunch high post, Proctor with a floating pass for the big guy.
I mean, that's great stuff. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Just trying to go back a little bit further. Here he goes into the handoff with Proctor. But what couldn't be a handoff because Terrence Edwards is denying here. Louisville did a good job of not letting Duke get easy ones in the offense. Like they had to work, no dribble handoffs. So Malawach does a really good job of bumping Terrence Edwards legally, using his butt to bump Edwards off his line to now there's separation between Edwards and Proctor because Malawach creates separation. So now Malawach's guy has to step even further to Tyrese Proctor. And then Chucky Hepburn, AC Defense Player of the Year, is put in the rim.
For the big guys like B and Dickie V, you got freshmen playing against transfers. A lot of older guys from Louisville playing against some youngins for the Blue Devils.
It's a big difference. A big difference. Got that experience. And you shape their whole lineup when you look. Oh, wow.
That's what makes Slim so deadly when he can hit. Because, again, Louisville is not letting Duke get off of these screens. Like, they're denying Knipple. Knipple gets out of there. So now it's a screen for Isaiah. Isaiah's coming off. Terrence Edwards is getting over top of that screen. It's really good. Or not Terrence Edwards. The defender's getting over the screen. Sorry, Edwards guarding Knipple. To where Isaiah can't go over the screen like he wants to shoot this. But then Isaiah does a really good job of acting like he's going to backdoor to get the separation, and now the defender's lost. Isaiah's back to the ball, catches it. Defender goes under because he's trying to chase Isaiah. He's panicking, and he should panic because when Isaiah has room, this can happen.
When you look, oh, wow.
Target layup on the last possession.
Yeah, he's still pointing to the bench. That one comes free. Knipple hitting the deck. Duke comes away with it. 7 to get off a shot. James in the corner. Knipple will swing it. Shot clock winding down. Here's Evans. Got it!
That's just what makes him deadly, man. It's what makes him deadly. Any space. But Knipple, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There's no such thing as a 50-50 ball with Knipple. Knipple gets the ball all the time. That's a 100% to 0% chance he's going to come up with a loose ball. And it leads to this three-pointer by Isaiah. Pump fake, sidestep, step back, tough. 14-12 Duke. And 2 made baskets by Slim, 2 made threes and no celebrations. Kid was locked in.
Shoot the basketball like that is going to make a lot of cash. Not as much as you, Corey.
Hey, listen, my money's going up right now. Hanging out beside you, people might think I'm a big deal.
Jugba, who's been really aggressive offensively in this tournament. Here's Foster. took a peek at the shot clock as he goes between the legs and kicks it. And here's Proctor and swishes into.
I'm not joking when I say this, that this pass probably got Proctor out of his funk. Proctor was 0 for 10 from 3 in the ACC tournament before this game. And like I said at the top, he was 6 of 14 in this game from 3. I honestly think this errant pass is the reason he makes this, because he's not thinking. He is just shooting. The ball's low. He pass fakes. Now he's just shooting. That's just reactionary, and it goes in. Whereas if he's catching this cleanly, maybe he's thinking about, hey, I haven't made a 3 all tournament. And since he's not thinking about it because it's a low pass, fake pass, now he's shooting and he sees the ball go in, it triggered something inside his head. It's like, okay, I can shoot with this basketball. Spalding basketballs suck. I've talked about it. Duke shot 26% or something like that from 3 this season with Spalding. That would not be in the tournament. Wilson basketballs are in the tournament. I was watching the playing game right now, the 2-16 seeds, Alabama State and St. Francis. They look pumped up, though. So I think there's going to be some clinks in the first round of the NCAA tournament, but not as bad as these Spalding basketballs.
Movement of the basketball, movement of the ball.
Evans got a good look. Malawaj had it knocked out of his hands, but chased down by Foster. Proctor's open. He won't wait. Down it goes.
See, when you make one, you get your confidence back, and now you're pulling from the logo with 18 seconds, 19 seconds on the shot clock. You made one, now you're pulling that one, and nothing, it rattles in. I'll say nothing but net, but it rattles in.
Wait, down it goes.
Look at Duke, they got 3 players being charted in the top 10 of the NBA draft. Logan Cooper, Canepo, and Malawaj. Watch.
Proctor.
So I was at this game, and what I like to do a lot of times is always watch Jon Scheyer. That's not in a stalking way. He's not like John Lennon to me or anything, but I like to watch how he reacts and what he thinks of certain plays. And here he was livid at Caleb Foster because the ball is deflected out of his hands. You don't need to save this. Let it go behind half court and then pick it up, and then you can play, because the defender knocked it out of your hands. He's trying to save it and throws it away, and Jon Scheyer, who you cannot see, was pretty livid about it. But those are type of plays that Foster just cannot make in a game like this. It's something of note because I thought Foster played okay. Could have played better, but we've seen him play. You know, he's Jekyll and Hyde, and hopefully Caleb Foster learned this lesson. And if this happens in the NCAA tournament, he'll just take the ball from backcourt and continue the possession.
Watch.
Proctor to give chase. That's going to be low.
Let you know. I'll chop it up to you, Dickie B.
Zone, man. 2-3 zone.
They already have had 7 lead changes in the championship. Hepburn. Oh.
This is a great set. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw my mental breakdown of the Duke UNC game of Duke go zone, because UNC only hit 3 threes in that game, and they were all 3 by Elliot Cadeau. They're running zone here because of foul trouble. Scheyer said he didn't want Proctor to get another foul, which I totally understand. Duke got to stop the possession before this one. But this is a great set. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. So Duke's in a 2-3. Try and take this one frame at a time here. Duke's in a 2-3. Louisville's going to set 3 screens on 3 guys. On 3 guys. Knipple and Common and Sion James are all going to get screened here. So all 3 bottom guys are getting screened. So Proctor and Foster up top, and it looks like Knipple is just trying to get screened. He's not trying to. He's trying to fill around to where the offensive guy is, because if the guy's going to flash to the middle, he's got to, shadow over there. If he's going to flash to the wing, he's got to shadow a little bit more over there. So he's trying to find this guy. Now he's behind him, and Knipple's looking for him, but he's getting screened. I think that's Edwards. He is grabbing his jersey like this, which means, hey, screen. So he is coming off the screen because Proctor is not going to follow the ball handler, because Proctor's job is just relay him to Knipple. So he's driving that way. Okay, Knipple, you step up, but he can't because he's being screened. While the ball handler, Chucky Hepburn, is using this screen, here comes Malawaj getting screened, and here comes Sion James getting screened. And Duke's just cooked right here. Foster's pointing but not dropping, and it's a dunk. It's not on Foster. I'm just pointing out that he was pointing. It's a really good set. I mean, 3 screens on 3 defenders, the bottom 3 guys in a 2-3 zone. I feel like we're going to see more of that in college basketball, because if there has been, hand up, haven't seen it. I saw this live and I was like, that's beautiful. Nothing you can do about it.
Zone.
They already have had 7 lead changes in the championship. Hepburn. There for Scott.
That was a called play by design to be able to get the dunk along the
All right, Corey Alexander, that's enough.
set by Terrence Edwards to free Chucky.
Knipple takes the bump, leans in, got it.
Look, one of the best things college basketball has done is get rid of the charge. And I sincerely mean that as a guy that was a flopper in high school, that thank God it's really getting out of there, because this is not a charge. That's just a big boy just owning his space. And Terrence Edwards, bad defense positioning, trying to get a bailout call. And in college basketball, the last 20 years, this is a charge because they see a guy flying because of a shoulder. That's just get your weight up. I'm stronger than you. Knipple he's stronger than anybody else on this damn court. He has like country strength. The dude is strong as an ox, and he finishes off 2. There's a lot of times in this game where he finished at the rim off 2. A lot of times in this tournament, he finished off of 2 with contact. And here's just the perfect example of that, of physicality. Edwards and him, handsy at the top. Knipple gets open. Now, all right, get your weight up. Bam, flop. Good take. And I am glad college basketball has gotten rid of the charge in most part, because that type of play would have been a charge 5-10 years ago, and it's not warranted. Good play by Knipple.
Foul trouble in the first half. He was trying to protect him. So just being mindful of where he is in this game as far as foul trouble.
Yeah, Angel, when you consider this is the first time the Blue Devils have played a ranked team with Proctor.
So coming out of the second half, Duke's down 5, needed a bucket. Tyrese Proctor hits one right in front of John Shire. But again, Louisville is doing a really good job of making it hard for these Duke guards. Duke guards get open. This is supposed to be a dribble handoff with Proctor. Hard deny. So what Proctor's going to do is go screen for Isaiah to come out. Isaiah catches it, but now Louisville's blitzing the ball screen. They're not letting him shoot this. So they're blitzing the ball screen. Isaiah gets rid of it, but now the help side has to play too. And he's hugging Malawatch when he probably should have been closer to Proctor, because here you just bump the big fella and you get back to the shooter, and then Hepburn would come over, and so would the guy who's guarding Knipple. They would crowd the paint more until the big guy got back. That's how you want to guard this. But I'm drawing a blank on the white boy's name for Louisville. He's caught up on the roll and leaves the shooter wide open in front of John Shire, and he pays the ultimate price.
With Proctor,
We shouldn't have the shaking hands after the game. Should do it before the game.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think after the game,
emotional.
So good off 2 feet, man. So good. Maybe the best finisher in college basketball off 2 feet. Am I biased? Sure. But I see it all the time. I see it every game. Again, Louisville, fantastic job of not letting Duke's guards come off screens. Here comes Isaiah Evans on a double screen. They're switching guard to guard. So here comes Edwards taking it, and he is not letting Isaiah catch this. Hard deny. So Isaiah is now going to get out of there. Malawatch is setting a screen for Knipple. Now Knipple gets free because 93 could not guard a parked car in general. He had, 4 fouls? And what Knipple does so well in this clip right here, but also in the games that Duke's played, his first dribble is out in front of his body, to where he throws it out and then he catches back up to it. And while he does that, he's showing his defender from the basketball so he can finish. And also him pushing the ball out right here. Sion James's guy is going to try and poke and get a cheap steal from Knipple. Knipple just puts the ball to his side and dribbles. It's ripped. But he pushes it out in front of him. So when the guy reaches, he's beat as well as the help side defender. And Knipple already has his initial defender beat because he's on his hip. And that's just a really good play by Con Knippel. Really good offensive possession by him.
He's playing certainly hipper.
Edwards, he wants to shoot it. Backing into Proctor. Can he get it up? He did in time, and he hit it.
This is just how this clip, or the previous clip you just saw, and this clip right here, is just how Louisville had to score in the second half because Duke had them locked up.
It is what it's all about, the NCAA tournament.
5 to get off a shot here. Edwards fumbled it on James, leaning in. Hits it!
Like, congrats. But I know Edwards had 29. He also had 29 shots because he had to shoot shots like this against this defense in the second half. He was cooking in the first half, but Duke made him work for every bucket in the second half, and he had to shoot 2 prayers to give Louisville a chance to win this game. And when you're trying to live on a prayer against this defense, it's a bad recipe for success, and that's how you get beat. And Duke made Edwards and everybody else on Louisville's team work for every point they had.
Pressured, had a hand in his face, and he still delivered. That's a PT beer, baby. A prime time performer.
Well, his son, who was born back in the middle of February, is named Trey. Here's James. Yes, what an answer.
Sion James, professional catch-and-shoot guy. But let's go back to Knippel. I said Louisville was guarding Duke so well on screens, and for the most part they were. Knippel wasn't open at the beginning of this possession. Let's go back to it. So Hepburn is tailing Proctor, and then hard deny on Con Knippel on the other end to where he cannot go off of Mason Gillis. So they switched that with Knippel and Gillis. Proctor, if he was going to catch it, is beside Sion James, and Louisville was going to let him do that. But now Knippel makes a really good curl right here as the defender is clipped by Pat Gongba. And again, he's not able to push this dribble out in front of him because the help side guy's right there. Is too much traffic, but he gets to use his big frame at the free throw line. He's going to spin back, and then Sion James does a really good job of showing himself to Con Knippel, follow the passer, or follow the ball handler as the shooter, catch and shoot. Just really good stuff by Sion James. Simple curl, and then Sion James relocate on the drive. Relocates. Sion's guy is digging, has no idea where Sion is. Sion James is so good at catch and shoot threes, it's not even funny.
You're absolutely correct, Nicky B. If you're Pat Kelsey, you want Edwards to continue to be aggressive.
So here, Pat Gongba, just a grown man. He's a grown man. But Edwards is pissed here. Terrence Edwards is pissed because he's trying to tell, I think it's Waterman. I think it's his last name. He's trying to tell Waterman here to switch this with, he's getting screened by a big guy. Waterman basically is a big guy because he sucks at guarding guards. And so Edwards is telling him to switch because, hey, Knippel's curling to me. We'll just switch this. So he's pointing to Waterman or Weatherman, whatever his name is, White Boy 93, terrible number, to switch. So they're going to switch, but for whatever reason, 93 just goes back to Knippel, and he's like, oh, what are you doing? And he didn't switch. And so now there's a mouse in the house on the floor in the Spectrum Center, and it is Terrence Edwards against Pat Ngongba, and Ngongba just goes up and gets fouled, and Edwards is pissed because he wanted the switch, and his teammate was too lazy to switch, and so he's rightfully pissed off.
Foul. You do them all the time. Nobody better than you at that. Adley working on Proctor. And swatted away by Gunn.
Just an outstanding possession by Duke. I mean, the crowd's loud already because Gongba hit both free throws. Duke got the lead. It was loud in the Spectrum Center. As a Hornets fan, I've never heard it this loud except for opposing teams getting MVP chants. And to hear it being Duke fans was really cool. But Proctor, just a great job. He's getting posted up here, and he's giving no leverage to the offensive player. He is making him just dribble around and pushing him away from where he wants to go. He's trying to back Proctor down, and he's going to step backwards. And now he's trying to go to the paint, and now he's going farther backwards where he's at the ACC logo. When he first started, he was closer to the block, and now he really lowers his shoulder into Proctor, He gives a little space, but Proctor's walling him. And this stood no chance even if Gongbo is not there, but Gongbo is there and just swats that shit into the camera well. And you could feel the Duke energy in the stadium. And, oh, what's up, Cole? If I had seats like my buddy Cole right there, then, you know, I was sitting beside Kobe Bryant in the 200s, and my buddy Cole in the blue shirt right here is sitting courtside. Just crazy.
He stepped it up on the defensive end for the Blue Devil.
And it was denied by Gillis. Flipped it, no. And he got the rebound, too.
Shooting the three. Did it at Purdue really well. And a team that went to the final game and got beat by the Huskies of Connecticut, who dominated everyone.
Sixth man of the year, the Big Ten. From the corner, James. Yes, sir.
I mean, that place was so loud right there. It really was. And this was back-to-back possessions. Let's go back here. So, again, Duke made Louisville's life hell on the defensive end. Mason Gillis, great defense against Edwards. Edwards, again, 29 points, but on 29 shots. Trying to force something up and get bailed out on a call. Great defense by Mason Gillis. Edwards wants a foul for whatever reason. There's no foul. This great defense. And then Duke goes the other way, and Sion James does Sion James things and hits a catch-and-shoot three.
Huskies of Connecticut, who dominated everyone.
Sixth man of the year, the Big Ten. From the corner, James. Yes, sir.
That you and Corey, who do 7 games here, have great respect and admiration for.
Hepburn with a misfiring close. Knipple comes away with a loose ball. And now it's Duke with the big mo.
James with 12 points in this half.
And another count.
I mean, defense leads the offense is the saying, and Duke was locking up Louisville. It was Akon just locked up. Mason Gillis, great help side. I mean, there's 3 guys just being active around the basketball, but then Duke does a really good job to where Hepburn picks up his dribble. So now Sion James is out of there. Gongba's now on his guy. Allows Mason Gillis to play one-on-one against a smaller defender or offensive player, partially blocked. And then Knipple, again, loose ball. If 7 is around loose ball, there's 3 black jerseys around him. Of course, he's going to come up with it. And then Duke goes the other way, just running. Great angles that they're running. Mason Gillis, great angle. Con Knipple, great angle. Mason Gillis runs straight through to clear out to where Con Knipple can now catch and go to work one-on-one if he wanted to. But luckily, it's 1-on-2 because Proctor's right there. Defender has to play monkey in the middle. Too late. Catch and shoot in the shooter's pocket. And now the roof is blown off the Spectrum Center.
They got 9 in this game. They got 9.
A 10-0 run for Duke. Edwards pushed out to the logo.
One thing they play defense. They really
Just, I keep saying it. I'm sorry if I'm a broken record over here talking about how great the run or the defense is. It's 10-0 run. Pat Gongba, the best hard hatch he's probably had in his whole life of just being aggressive on the ball handler, just pushing back Edwards to where Edwards has to now retreat to the ACC half-court logo, pass it away, and then Con Knipple and Sion James, 2-on-3. How do you guard 2-on-3? You guard space. And Con Knipple is guarding space. He's reading the offense player the whole way and just picks it off. And if he wasn't going to pick it off, Sion James was going to pick it off. And that's just great team defense by Duke. The best defense I think they played in the ACC tournament was this whole stretch against Louisville.
Bounce inside by Chucky Hepburn for 2. He has 11.
Nice drive by Hepburn. They're not going to go away. There's no quitting them.
Proctor left open again.
Again, miscommunication by Louisville. They just scored. The first time they've scored, seems like in forever, and it's after a make. I think they even had a timeout before their make. So, like, Pat Kelsey just talked to his team, and now you have Hepburn, who, by the way, is AC Defense Player of the Year, and then Edwards, again, is in miscommunication with a teammate. They're both going to Knipple. Neither are on Proctor. Just great body language by Edwards. Hands up. No hand up near Proctor. Duke makes him pay. Just, you can't have that happen in the championship game. You cannot have miscommunication like that.
Trey, maybe create with his ability to pass the rock.
Knipple drives it, scores it.
Knipple on those curls. Just going back. Double screen. His defender even goes under this. That's the crazy part. The defender goes under Malawach, and he just goes too high. He lifts too high, and Knipple beats him. His feet are as high as Knipple's, and it allows Knipple to have the leverage to have the quicker first step. Like, you're with him. You beat him underneath. That's what you wanted. But your feet are, your right foot is as high as Knipple's, and now Knipple has you on his hip, and then a little pump fake off 2 feet, uses his body. Just textbook Knipple finish.
He's one of the best drivers in college basketball, Corey.
Edwards Jr. airborne. Very difficult angle. Malawach.
And I'm sure that's not what Pat Kelsey wanted with his players pressing. I mean, this is a terrible shot. You're down 12. You haven't got anything going in the first half or in the second half. And now you're trying to force the issue against Knipple, who is such an underrated defender. And, oh, here comes Man, the Slim Reaper in your nightmares. Just almost swatched that to heaven. And it's missed. And Sion James, he does the little things so well. Like right here, it's 50-50. Let's try that again. It's a 50-50 ball. My God, had a stroke. But he is hitting it with his right hand to knock it away from the tip in. He's not trying to grab the rebound. He's just trying to knock it away from the tip. And he does just that. The defender, the offense player, tips it to try and tip it in. Sion James tips it to the right, and the ball rolls off the rim right into Malawach's hands because Sion James went for it and was hitting it to the right side of the rim, knowing the tip in was going to come. And it's just great defense by Knipple, great help side by Malawach, and then a nice tip by Sion James to really seal off that defense possession.
Cradling the rebound.
How about Malawach? Tino, I voted for him Coach of the Year, what he's done with St. John's.
Inbounded for Gungba, so Malawach to the bench. Gungba's been having a really good tournament. And
Gungba just has possessions where he's like, get your weight up. He's 18, and he plays like the biggest dude on the court. He did that to Withers when he ripped the ball out of his hands, and now Edwards is just going to feel the wrath of Pat Gungba. Just shoulder right into his chest, creates so much space, knocks him off balance, little finger roll at the rim. And what's crazy about this is there's 5 minutes to go. It's a 9-point game, and you're letting your third-string center, who deserves this but still was your third-string center, go to work on an ISO situation in a championship game up 9 with 5 minutes to go. This is a crucial possession. And Shire's like, let the big man eat. And that he did.
A really good tournament, and that continues.
They don't go to the highest bidder. Because I tell you, that's what it's become in college. It's amazing.
Gungba.
This is the next possession. That's why I love John Shire. Hot hand, feed the hot hand. He just scored. Okay, let's go mouse in the house. Again, on the block, shimmy, gets bumped, fouled, going to the line. 2 successful possessions for Pat Gungba with 2 ISOs. And the crucial part of the championship game, you're going to your third-string center, and he's going to work.
Great players you mentioned right there. Johnny Dawkins, that brings back memories. 1986, Louisville.
He misses those, but that's 3 straight possessions. John Shire went to his third-string center again to go to work. He rushes the first one, then he rushes the tip in. But look, that hook's just a little too far out, but he knows it, so he rushes and gets the offensive rebound. He just happens to miss the putback. But he almost scored 3 straight possessions, just post-feeding Gungba to go to work one-on-one, and it almost worked out 3 straight times. I'll take 2 out of 3, and I'll take 2 out of 3 in crucial possessions. Just Gungba's going to be so good at Duke. He played so well in this tournament. I'm proud of him, and I'm happy to see Shire let the big man eat.
Clock to 6. Knipple catches, fires. Rebound comes out high for Hepburn. Edwards wants to push it. Can't connect, yes.
And this is the last clip. Just there's no action really in the last 2.5 minutes of this game because Louisville kept missing. But this is the perfect possession to end on, to summarize the second half in this game. Just Louisville's trying to score in transition. Con Knippel just times up the Euro step that Edwards is trying to make. Just never loses sight of him. Contests the runner, misses it. Duke gets the rebound because they gave up really no second chance points in the second half. And that was just the perfect play to summarize the second half. Louisville could not make a shot. The ball was always in Edwards' hands, and he shot 29 times. Hepburn had 14 points on 16 shots. That's it. That was their whole offense. Just those two guys chucking the ball and missing, and Duke locking them up and winning the game. It was an ugly win in terms of like the score. Duke, didn't score really much either in the last 3 minutes, but they didn't have to. Louisville couldn't score. So Duke won AC tournament champions, AC regular season champions, and now they face the winner of Mount St. Mary's and American to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And hopefully they can make a run to be national champions. So I hope you guys like this breakdown. Enjoy this breakdown. Try and get the first round matchup out as well once that happens. But I appreciate you guys watching this. Appreciate you guys watching this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.